At least this gave an opportunity for the porcelain fragments to be sent to Christie's in London for a proper evaluation. Colin Sheaf is Christie's internationally renowned porcelain expert. He is the man who organised the Nanking auction back in 1985. His view of these fragments is critical.
I think the Condor Reef has really produced some very interesting porcelain here. Most of it is blue and white of the pieces we've found so far, which I'd expected. Blue and white porcelain is the great export porcelain. It's all 17th century porcelain, but among the interesting bits, I think this is particularly significant, this little shard here, because it's part of a saucer dish, and if you look inside it, you can see there's a double ring inside the foot where it stood, this rather large saucer dish, heavily potted, probably made in 1640 or 1650, which suggests to me that we are at least looking at one boat of that sort of period. However, there are also other interesting early pieces, like this little shard here, which is an important piece, because it's the only one so far which has a significant date on the bottom. This date actually reads Da Ming Nianjie, Great Ming period made. Now, the Ming dynasty finished in 1644, and which therefore clearly dates this piece to before that date, well before Ralph Lantern's ship sank on the Condor Reef. And again, as another example of these perhaps early 17th century pieces, a most unusual little cup, because it's manufactured in a technique called anhua, concealed decoration, which normally associates with a date late in the 16th century or early in the 17th century, but not at all as late as 1679. The design is actually two dragons. Here you can see one of the heads, and they're both, as one expects on wares like this, pursuing the sacred pearl, the pearl of Buddhist enlightenment. There's the second dragon with its head there and the pearl in front of it, carved right around the outside of the bowl. I think it's very likely there's at least two boats, judging from these small group of fragments here. I don't think we're dealing with just one boat. I think the styles of decoration are too disparate. What we know about this sort of export porcelain suggests to me a boat of perhaps the 1620s or 30s and a boat of perhaps the 1640s or 50s, or slightly later. And I think, therefore, even at this stage, we can say there's certainly more than one boat on the Condor Reef that Mike's looking at. Keep hunting, Mike. I think you made a great start, and I think you're going to find some very interesting objects if you continue the hunt.